Been given a list of names here.
Somebody provided a list for you, apparently.
Somebody has provided a list of known Matt Napolitano impressions.
I don't know how many of them are known. I'm sure someone is trying to mess with me.
Someone very well could be. All right, so we'll...
So now, if you hadn't seen earlier this week, a comedian by the name of Frank Caliendo, very, very talented impressionist, a guy who I pretty much idolize because it's unreal how good he is at the voices that he can create. He actually did a video of, as Morgan Freeman, reading LeBron James's letter announcing his return to Cleveland. And it was hilarious. Absolutely incredible. Rich and I were watching it actually before we came on air.
Brilliant.
Hysterical. Brilliant. But that said, I thought, let me try this myself. But what we're going to use here, instead of LeBron's letter, instead of being a copycat, we're going to use Dan Gilbert's letter. Now, Dan Gilbert is the owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers who posted a very nasty letter to the team's website when LeBron James left Cleveland for Miami. So, with a little digging, we found the letter. And what we're going to do is, I'm going to just start reading as myself, and then Rich is just going to throw me a name.
All right.
Off the list that was provided for him. So,
without further ado,
should we get started?
Let's get started.
All right. Dear Cleveland, all of Northeast Ohio, and Cleveland Cavaliers supporters, wherever you may be tonight. As you now know, our former hero, who grew up in the very region that he deserted this evening, is no longer a Cleveland Cavalier.
Ray Romano.
This was announced with a several-day narcissistic self-promotional build-up culminating with the national TV special of his decision unlike anything ever witnessed in the history of sports and probably the history of entertainment. Clearly, this is bitterly disappointing to all of us. The good news is that the ownership and the rest of the hard-working, loyal, and
Bill Cosby
driven staff over here at your hometown Cavaliers have not betrayed you nor never will betray you. There is so much more to tell you about the events of the recent past and our more than exciting future.
Joan Rivers.
Over the next several days and weeks, we'll be communicating much of that to you. You simply don't deserve that kind of cowardly betrayal. You have given so much and deserve so much more. In the meantime, I want to make one statement to you tonight.
Jim Nance.
I personally guarantee that the Cleveland Cavaliers will win an NBA championship before the self-titled former king wins one.
Stewie Griffin.
You could take it to the bank. If you thought we were motivated before tonight to bring the hardware to Cleveland, I can tell you that this shameful display of selfishness and betrayal by our own very own has shifted our motivation to previously unknown and previously never experienced levels. Some people think they should go to heaven, but not have to die to get there. Sorry, but that's simply not how it works. This shocking act of disloyalty from our homegrown chosen one sends the exact opposite lesson of what we would want our children to learn.
Barack Obama.
And who we would want them to grow up to become. But the good news is that this heartless and callous action can only serve as the antidote to the so-called curse on Cleveland, Ohio. This self-declared former king will be taking the curse with him down south.
Nicki Minaj.
And until he does, right back Cleveland, Ohio, James, and the time where he plays one party on James, on this
Keanu Reeves.
And bad karma. Just watch. Sleep well, Cleveland. Tomorrow is a new day. A new, much brighter day.
Peter Griffin.
I promise you that our energy, focus, capital, knowledge, and experience will be directed at one thing and one thing only. Delivering you the championship you have long deserved and is long overdue. Sincerely, Dan Gilbert, majority owner, Cleveland Cavaliers.
Wow. Wow. That just happened.
It happened.
That,
I tried my best. I hope it didn't let anybody down.
There were some wow moments in there. There were some wow moments in
the
there.
Nicki Minaj one threw me off.
Nicki Minaj, I
don't know who threw that one in.
I was very interested.
I feel like I just had a lot of. I think I just had a mini stroke right there. I'm not gonna lie. That was a lot to get out for the Nicki Minaj one. I don't know where that was a curveball. That was an unfair curveball.
Yeah, very, very much unfair. All right, let's see who else was on this list that I missed. We did get to Bill Clinton.
Okay, Bill Clinton opened up the show, so
okay,
that was. I'm very